Well, good evening. How are ya? I am Sandy Shellis, and we're going to start out with just a little bit of entertainment. All right? So let's get started. All right, guys. It is time for the show. All right, guys. All right. So I thought we'd have a little bit of entertainment tonight. And hi, let me fix the screen and stuff. So who's with us tonight? I'm Sandy Shellis, and I got so inspired. I got inspired for Dark Night, kind of like Dark Night. There's a lot of dark, and you can have some fun with it, like I did. Had a little fun with the dark, the little comics, but I found something from August, kind of hit my mood, you know. Uh, well, anyway. Hi, Suzanne, and hi, Anthony. Hi, Human. Hi, Kim Centeno. Hi, Chemistry Kate. It's good to have all of you with me. It's not a too dark of a show, but it is. It's a dark show. It's a show, and I'm going to get started with an article that I found, and we're going to talk about it. And it's an interesting one. Let me just set it up and make sure it's all good to go. Okay. So tonight, the reason why I did this, and I picked basically an article, you like to talk about what's out there, and I put in just a search that said, why are we so fucked, right? So I put that in. This came up. I thought, wow, I didn't know what I wanted to do tonight. I wasn't feeling good. I was like, no, like wanting to say, oh God, I don't want to do anything. And again, inspiration came my way. And here we are. So as you are joining up and enjoying yourselves, let's find out why this Nilo, wait, Ivilo Dermonsky. Ivilo Dermonsky. We'll have to learn more about Ivilo. Definitely we'll have to learn more about this person, right? Right. All right. So you guys you're doing good. I'm going to do this. We're going to talk about this, all right? Gives you some shit to think about, right? So this guy says, until 30 years ago, in the pre-Google era, the only thing you could do while not working in the local factory was find a job. But not job, where they pay you and stuff. Manual work that involves upgrading your manhood skills along with things around you. Or, in other words, our fathers learned to fix their cars, the plumbing, cable, an entire house without being electrocuted, disarm shrapnel from World War II by only looking at the thing for a while. Unlike our fathers, grandparents, and the people who lived before them, we're all, some of them still are, better, stronger, tougher men than we'll ever be. They can evaluate the quality of a tire by kicking it. They can weigh everything that fits in their hands with the accuracy of a gram. They've never lost an argument, and they'll never stop to ask for directions. They don't use Google. They are Google. They know everything. Not like us, the generation that can't find the grocery store without navigation. I'm guilty of that. Technically, each new peer group should be better than the previous. And don't get me wrong. Youngsters are pretty good at a lot of things. All right, an old fart wrote this already. Ivalo Dermonsky's an old fart. We give the old fart award. I don't even use the term youngsters. All right, so modern things. If you need help playing Call of Duty or any other video game, you won't call your grandpa. However, if you have troubles with the dishwasher, or let's say a zombie apocalypse really does happen tomorrow, do you think you'd survive without the help of a baby boomer representative? I don't think so. I don't think the modern people, can ever survive a day without having access to the internet. But that's only a part of the problem. Besides our addiction to Snapchatting and taking selfies and playing the victim, there are a couple of other things that might lead to an early cataclysmic event causing our extinction. So while the companies situated in Silicon Valley think they're making humanity a favor with their fancy apps, the world is actually getting a really fucked up place to live right now. And here is why. So I am going to continue and just take a 1-minute break and say hi to everybody. Forcing Climate Info, Cindy, Seeley, Raza. I cannot do that right now. Who? No, I'm in the middle of a good article. I think it's got good food for thought. So I'm going to continue because I planned it. And then I have a little video that I made in between these things that you'll like. Trust me. It's a thank you. So, number 1, politics don't have a clue how our future should look like. No one really knows what will happen, let's say in the next 100 years, but shouldn't the government worry about this and make something like a plan? When you hear politics speak, they always mention stuff like healthcare, transportation, city infrastructure, human rights, free markets. But even though these are things of importance, they don't set a path for others to follow in the long term. Besides, we all know what happens after the elections. The winning party hardly executes more than 30% of what they've promised. But shouldn't there be a greater promise? Yes, a well-defined message which all presidents pass along their nations with the intention of making the world a better place for all of us. Here, I'm not talking about the goal of Donald Trump and his vague promise to make America great again while building walls. Whatever that means. Or the Brexiteers' dream of making Britain an independent power as they are still living in the days of Queen Victoria. Or the plan Russia has. Besides Putin's desire to resurrect the old Tsaric traditions and put himself on top, to unplug from the internet and run its own independent network, Runet. I am talking about a master plan that will feed nations where people are dying from hunger. Figure out a way to increase the health conditions of people in poor countries, and finally, can someone solve the global warming problem? Now, he goes on. It is a pretty long one, so I may not read all of them. You might have to pick the ones you want to go back and read, but if you actually do that, because those of us that do this kind of material for you, we certainly hope you go back and look at what the references are. I think it's important. I guess it's the teacher, huh? Main reason for the world being fucked. The government is focused on quick fixes and band aid solutions which don't address the real problems we're experiencing as a nation. What can we do to fix things? Replace the aimless and corrupt government, which is kind of impossible? Or stop listening to politics and turn to people who are trying to do something, and I'm not going there. Education can't satisfy the modern needs nor the needs of the young generation. So he goes on to talk about people don't want to be lawyers or accountants. They want to be YouTubers and Instagram models. They want an easy life. Is that generalizing? That might be. Teenagers aren't stupid. They can sense that what's being taught in school is hardly something they can use later in life. Well, I can't say I don't agree with that, but, I don't know. Funny because the other day, my husband and I were actually geeking out and having a conversation about social studies. We were talking about high school social studies, and he literally said he loved social studies, and I thought, really? I mean, it was something I never knew about him. I just remembered the social studies teacher. I had this weirdo. He was such a weirdo. Social studies. Hi, Rich Diana. Social studies. You guys remember social studies? All right. Well, anyway, let's go back and finish this, and then I got a little treat for you guys. Hi, hoops. All right. We go back, and so he's talking about basically schooling and college, and he says it doesn't mean shit nowadays. You can graduate with honors and still work as a barista. Yeah, and you could also have no degree and be an executive in a company because you're an idiot savant. Sort of. All right, so here we go. Main reason, maybe I'll just read the boxes. Main reason for the world being fucked. People grow up hating education and never build a habit of learning. What we can do to fix things. Interactive way of teaching focused on revealing the true talent of the student. Plus help teenagers find a meaningful path that can be both beneficial for them and society. And he says, well, people are getting even more selfish. And that is kind of, I think I took the part that I put in the beginning of the show from this one about why we do it, or it says we express ourselves, but then here is the one, the main one is that people share stuff online to feel good about themselves. And it made me think about all that to feed their ego and self-love. It's scientifically proven that each new like and each comment gives a little dopamine hit. Well, I have to tell you, it says, he says that, and all of it sometimes stresses me out. If it's too much, I'm on overdrive. I get stressed out. I don't know if I'm getting that dopamine. I don't know. I think I get the dopamine from putting it all together and making it work. And since the photo editing tools are getting easier and to use and widely available, we tend to get even more likes per post. Well, who knows? I think YouTube, I think, he can go on and on about it. Social media feeding the false self. Maybe. Our desire for attention grows with the. You see, I think I'm at an age where I don't give a flying fuck. So I think he's writing to the younger people, because certainly it's not me. It's not why I do anything. No. So main reason for the world being fucked. People create and later grow this false self through filtered images and phony statuses. And eventually they start believing in their own shit more than they should. Unfortunately, their real self stays weak and lacks qualities to handle the hurdles of life. Oh, what can we do to fix that? That was a mouthful, wasn't it? Spend less time updating statuses and more time honing your skills. Okay. All right. That was I don't know how you guys are doing out there on this, but I'm going to keep going. 4, we value material possessions above all. God, I just have to say something about material possessions. They never did anything for me. I realized they never did anything for me. It took me 40 years to realize that, and now I want to get rid of them, and it's fucking hard. It's like I just really need to have an open house estate sale. Just go through and take the shit. Just take it. Actually, that's what I have been doing. How many of you been doing that? Hmm? How many of you been getting rid of shit? And I'm not trying to accumulate any more. Maybe just grow vegetables in the house, but no more shit. Grow lights and vegetable pots. Mm-hmm. All right, so here we go. On this stuff and things and crap. And, I think all of us at a certain time and age have all been through this, right? So we want to feel good. We constantly want to feel good. So another main reason for the world being fucked is the constant pursuit of more things, and it'll never lead to satisfaction. Even worse, it will lead to a brainwashed society with no values and no real purpose except to buy shit. What can we do to fix things? Evaluate our relationship with things. If we learn to be satisfied with less, we'll feel better. Well, some of us have to be satisfied with less because some of us can't afford to accumulate anymore. Only what they can for trying to make this little thing work here. And maybe that is the feel good for all of us that do this. Or it's pedantic. It's educational. It's a way to reach out. And there's Kevin and Sam and Pink Barrio, and I think Chris is coming back. I mean, there's a lot of us, a lot of voices out here, and I think it's way cool. So we'll finish this one up, and then I'm going to play my little video. We want to feel good. Oh, I wish I had James Brown. I feel good. That would have been perfect. That would have been perfect. All right. So we want to constantly feel good. Our grandparents spent their youth on the field, either in war or planting crops. Well, most of us, however, will probably never understand the true definition of manual labor unless you push yourself to do it. Like a garden, like growing your own food and splitting your own wood and living off the grid as much as you possibly can. That's hard work, and it's freaking killing me. Anyway, we become directionless without a real purpose. I don't know about all of us here. I think most of us have a purpose. And we're in a little family here. But a purpose, I definitely think we have a purpose. So a main reason for the world being fucked, in an automated world where fun and feeling good are a click away, people can hardly focus on one task. We grow up demanding to feel good all the time and careless of everything else. Well, what can we do to fix things? Become more disciplined. Get involved in a long-term project to understand that good things take time to happen. Yay, because I've been doing this shit for 5 years. Find a greater purpose. Well, I thought it was. So that's cool. So does everybody else that does it. Sam's been doing it how long? Oh my God. Paul Beckwith, Guy McPherson, the voices out here. Jennifer Hines. Nicholas, Antonio, voices. We live in a globalized world where everything seems possible. We have various transportation methods, open market, sophisticated communication technology, music on demand, online shopping. Yet things are far from great. Well, the generation that raised us can change four tires of a car with nothing but a hammer in under an hour. Nowadays, people spend most of their time restlessly sketching ideas about what part of their brilliant selves to reveal to the world. Newsflash, nobody cares. Now, I gotta say, my kid is 32 and her boyfriend, they are completely hands on everything. So that is wrong for them. They're technical, they have to work online, but they can fix everything. And they proved it. And I'm impressed with them. I know she doesn't watch me, but god damn it, some kids are amazingly wonderful. And okay, so the future doesn't look so bright in terms of keeping the planet in peace. People continue to care only about themselves and obsess about online media and global fame. We won't have people involved in the community, such that care about making progress. Well, do you guys do things? I have a meeting tomorrow night. I got a few minutes to talk, and I'm going to use it. So, to this end, to this long and agonizing post, I say it's not the world that's fucked up, it's people who are fucked up. People have become so materialistic. I'd say it's like impatient and self centered and greedy. Yeah. Fortunately, there's a way out. If you want to make a change, start caring more about others, no matter what you're doing. So, to close, even though the world is totally fucked, there is a way. Start caring more about others, no matter what you're doing. Yeah, I like that one. I definitely like that one. But you become what you feed your mind. I should have titled that the show. You become what you feed your mind, and you're feeding your mind here, right? So let me see what you guys are doing. We are 22 minutes. I have another one, but it's long, and I'm not sure I even want to do it. I want to say hi. Hi, Mark, Raza, and hello, Stephen Davidson. Rich, hi. Guess what? This one out there is for a few of you.
The booster.
Okay.
So this, you're gonna have the two cables. This is coming from your outside antenna end. This one's going from this port to this, which is your indoor amplifier. So you could, if you want, you could mount this on the wall. You could have it on a stand like this, whatever you want to do. But this cable here goes from this to that other 25.
Okay, and what about that the box?
The box, the box is, I'm not sure because I've never had to even touch anything like that before. I'm just here to install this, and that should just help that. As soon as I get this thing plugged in, it should help it automatically. No matter where it is, whether it's here, whether it's in the office, yeah.
Guys, I saw that somebody said fiber optic. It'll never come where I live. It will never come here. But I want to thank those of you that did help us get this, because it will help me host and have 4 people on. and find out why this stupid AT&T slows me down. But I have 4 bars. It's beautiful. You saw the before and after. I do these speed tests, and thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what are you doing out there? Yeah, you like my the skating rink music. Well, that's cool. So everybody, I think I'm gonna forgo. Well, let's take a vote on the. It's Umar Hake, and it really was good, but it's a long one. And I will. Let me see how long it might take me. We could go through it if y'all want to stay. I don't know. It was the article. I don't know if Sam did this one. It was the one 2020. Here, let me get this up here. 2020. Can you see it? 2020 is a warning that our civilization is beginning to fall apart. Now, I'm going to leave it up to you if you want to go through that, or do we want to leave on a good note and just say, hey, it was cool. Thank you for the evening, and I'll see you again on Thursday. Okay? Are you going to take a vote? I don't know. Kim says I'm only 26 minutes on. Yeah, I know. I don't need to make it an hour all the time. I think I'm going to say goodnight. I do. I think I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you, everybody. And peace out. Peace out. And we go.